Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. Okay, this is my first YouTube video. Okay guys, so today we'll be drafting our basic bodies. Okay, here are my tools that I'll be using to draft these basic bodies. This is my ruler. Then I have my French curve with me. Okay, it's very necessary to have it. This is my tape rule. I have my pen. So here's my masking tape, my tracing wheel, my scissors. This masking tape I use it to holding the paper down to the table. Okay, so guys, our required measurement is this: our shoulder 14, bust 38, bust point 10.5, waist 30, half length 15.5, hip 39, and our blouse length is 24. So guys, the first thing we'll do on this paper is to come down by 1 inch from the tip of this paper. It will enable us to see where we'll draft our shoulder allowance, okay, because I'll be putting the allowance on it. So that's it, okay. So I've put a line to show where our shoulder will start from. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to measure our shoulder to bust point, okay. So okay guys, I have a photo description on how you can measure your bust point, your shoulder to bust point accurately. So this is it, okay. So guys, let's continue. So the next thing I'm doing now, my tape is on my shoulder, so I'll mark my bust points. As you can see, I'm doing so. So after 8, okay, I will take my ruler and rule on 8, okay. So that is it. Perfect. Good. So the next thing that I'll be measuring now is our shoulder to waist. I also have a photo description on how to do so, okay, so that you know the perfect way to do so. You place your tape on the shoulder and cross it and take it across the bust, okay. Make sure it passes through the bust. So that's the better way to get your waist. As you can see, where the tape stopped is the waist. This can also be known as your half length. So we see my own is at 15.5, okay. So the next thing I'll do, I will take my ruler and rule on it, okay. This is our waist measurement, or our half length. You can call it your half length, okay. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing now is to measure our full bodies, okay, our full length, the full length of our bodies. So here is my own stopped at 24. So you place your tape at that shoulder line and take your full body measurement. So try and take it accurately. You take from the other end to the other end, okay, so that you have a straight line is necessary. So I'm ruling on it also. So it is easy, okay. So don't believe that you can do it better. So guys, this is my shoulder, this is my bust point, my waist, and my full length. So we'll go to the next level, and that next level is drafting our neck block. So this is what I'll do. I'll place my tape at the corner of the paper, the beginning of my shoulder line. Then I'll mark 3 inches, okay. I will now come down again and also mark 3 inches. This will enable me to create a bust, okay. It will enable me to create a bust. That is our neck block. So that is it. I'll take the pen and direct it to the end of the 3 inches. I'll take it to the other end and also mark it, okay. This is our neck block. It is called neck block, okay. So the next thing we'll do again is to draw our neckline. In this space, you can design any neckline of your choice, okay. So right now, come in by 1 inch from that end. I'll click 1 inch from that end, okay. I'll use my French curve to draft it better, okay. So you can also do better than I did, okay. So that is it. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing now is to the next thing we'll be doing, guys, is to divide our shoulder, whatever we have in our shoulder, into 2. So my own is 14. I divided it by 2. I'll get 7. So I've marked 7 down there, okay. This is the way you take your shoulder to shoulder measurement, okay. You can pause it and also take a look at it to get it accurately. So guys, what we'll be doing now is to get our shoulder slope, okay? So from that point that I marked my 7 inches, just below it, I'll mark 1.25, okay? So guys, the next thing we'll be doing is to connect our shoulder to that 1.25 marked below it, okay? Then we'll now connect it back to our neck block, okay? So guys, the next thing again we'll be doing is to find our armhole measurement. To find your armhole measurement, you can also do it this way by measuring from the nape of your neck to your chest line, but it will also reduce your shoulder slope. You can do more findings on this if you want to use this process. So guys, you can also measure through this way. You can measure the round armhole, okay? This one is also nice, especially if your client is on the big side, okay? So you can also do this process. But the process I'll be using is this one, okay? The method I'll be using, I'll be dividing my bust by 4 and I will reduce it by 1.5. I'll minus whatever I get by 1.5. So let's do it, guys. My bust is 36, so I'll divide it by 4. I'll be getting 9. So when I minus 1.5 from it, I'll be having 7.5. So I've marked it there, okay? So the next thing I'll do now is I'll connect it from my shoulder slope to that my 1.75. So that is our armhole measurement, okay, guys? So the next thing we'll do now is to draw it towards that direction. Okay, it is easy, okay? That is it, okay? So see what I'm doing now. I want to have accurate line. So I took the measurement of the space I have between that our armhole to my bust, so that I can also have a straight line. That is what I did, in case if you are confused right now. So it's nothing, I just want to have a straight line, okay? So that is it. So now we are going to label our work. So that place is our chest line, okay? It's called chest line. So the next is our bust point, if you've forgotten. So you can label along with me. So guys, this is our waist. Please guys, subscribe to my channel, okay? So that place is our hip, okay? That is it. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing now is to calculate our measurement, right, and put it at the right places, okay? So right now I'll be calculating my chest line, and whatever I get in my chest line, it will still be the same for our bust line. So watch as I do it. So my bust is 38, so I'll add 2 as an ease allowance, okay? When I divide it by 4, it will give me 10. I've marked my 10. As in your bust, you add 2 for each allowance before dividing, okay? So I will still bring it down to my bust point with my ruler, which I have done. For our waist measurement, you divide your waist by 4 plus 1. 1 is for our dart, okay? So mine is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5 plus 1 is 8.5. I've marked it, okay? So guys, our hip, will be dividing our hip by 4. My hip is 39. 39 divided by 4 is 9.75, which I have marked, okay? So all this, will connect them together, but before that, we'll be getting our dart, okay? So right now, this is what we'll do. So guys, for that, you go to your waistline, okay? You divide your nipple to nipple by 2. So my nipple to nipple is 4, okay? So right now, I'll mark 4 down there. So I will still go up to my bust point and still mark that same 4, okay? So I'll still take my tape to my hip line and still mark 4. This will enable me to get a straight line for my dart. So you can do the same too. It will enable you to have a straight line. Don't just draw line without checking the other end, okay? So that is it. So right now, as we've gotten our line for our darts, the next thing we'll do now is to come down by 1 inch from our bust point, okay? You take note of it and mark it, okay? That is nice. So the next thing again we'll do, still go to our hip line and come up by 2 inches, okay? So right now, I've taken note of it too, okay? Yes. So the next thing again we'll do right now is to mark 0.5, okay, at the right side of your dot point, then mark another 0.5 at the left side too. So it will be connecting these lines together to enable us get our diamond dot. So that is it. So the next thing we'll do is to connect. Now I've connected for the first one, so this is the right one that I'm doing again. Good. So the next thing we'll do is to connect it to the other end. So that is quite easy, guys. Just follow as everything that I'm doing. You get the same thing with me, okay? So that is it. We've gotten our dot, okay? So the next thing we'll do now again is to connect those lines of our measurement that we've done initially, okay? So that is it. You use your ruler, you connect the bust point line to your waist point, okay? So you will now use your French curve, okay? This will enable you to have a curvy look on your waistline, so it's necessary you do so, okay? So guys, you can also add your dot before you do this, okay? But all the same, we will still arrive at the same result, okay? So guys, the next thing is our armhole. So we'll be finding our mid armhole. So from the shoulder slant to our chest line, we'll divide it into two. Mine was 7.5 initially. So when I divide it into two, I'll be having 3.75, okay? So right now, I'll mark 3.75, okay? That is my mid armhole. So behind it, I'll come in by 1 inch, okay? That is where our slant will be coming in from the shoulder slant to that 1 inch, okay? So the next thing I'll do now is to mark from my shoulder slant to that 1 inch, okay? Then I'll pick my French curve and give it a curve, okay? Right from that my 1 inch mark, okay, to my chest line, okay? That is it. You have to place it correctly so that you can get it right, okay? Perfect. So that is it. Okay guys, the next thing we'll be finding now is our bust dart, okay? So from our chest line to our waist, we'll find the midpoint of this two, okay? That is it. You measure it, then get the midpoint. Place your tape very well, okay? So right now I'm marking mine, okay? So the next thing I'll do again is to take my ruler and connect it to my dart line at my bust point. Perfect. So the next thing again that we'll do is to find the half inch in both sides, but before then I'll come out by 1 inch. Understand? I'll come out by 1 inch. That is it. I'll mark 1 inch because I know while sewing it I don't need to stitch it to get to that line. It won't be nice, okay? So 1 inch will help me differentiate between the bust dart and my waist dart, okay? The line of my waist dart and my bust dart. So I've marked my half inch at the both side. So I will now connect it. Okay, that is it. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we'll be doing, guys, is this. You know this bust dart now, we have to replace it back at the hem of our hip, okay? Our hip line, we have to add 1 inch back because by the time we stitch this 1 inch, it will make the front bodies to be shorter than the back body. So see what I'll do now. You know it's 1 inch we have there, okay? So what I'll do now, place that 1 inch at the hem. Okay, I've marked it. Sorry that the camera didn't get it, but you still get it before we finish our patterning. I will still show you the result. Okay, that is it. Fine. So I've added 1 inch to it. So the next thing I'll do is to connect it from that 1 inch. I'll connect it. I'll slant it back to the CFF. Perfect. So that is it. Okay, we've gotten our front bodies perfectly. So the next thing again we'll do is to add the allowance at the required places for our stitches, okay? So right now I'll add 1 inch at the sides. Okay, I've marked my 1 inch. Okay, so I'll just use my ruler and connect it with another color of pen so that you can differentiate between our bodice and our allowance. Okay, now our bodice pattern is different from our allowance. Most people add theirs on their fabric. Okay, so you can also add yours on the paper too. Okay, so it depends on the one you choose. Okay, so right now I'm already doing it on our paper, adding it on our paper so that you can also know how to do it. Okay, so at the hemline I'll still do the same. I'll add my 1/2 inch. Okay, to enable me to sew my hem perfectly. Okay, so don't forget to add it too. So the next thing we'll do again is to add our sewing allowance on the armhole and on our neckline too. Okay, so sorry I'm taking time to do this the way I can also teach you if I see you with me. Okay, so despite that I have to still tell you all the things you need to know about bodies on this video. Okay, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please support me. Okay, so that is it. That's the way you add half sewing allowance or 1/2 inch on your pattern. It's quite easy. Okay, so I'll still take my French curve and do the necessary things and give it the perfect curves. Okay, so that is the way yours should look too. Okay, so that is it, guys. So this is our front bodice. Okay, so before that I also add something to the bust dart so that by the time I pick it up to stitch that bust dart, it will still as an align with our seam allowance. Okay, because once you fold your dart, most times it affects the fabric. It might get shorter than that side. That side might be shorter than other side, so it will not look neat. Okay, so this little thing that I added there, I added just 0.5 on it, will also make it to align with the allowance. Okay, that I've already added to it. So guys, that is it. It's quite easy, right? Okay, this is it. Okay, so this is our front bodice. So right now we're going to draft our back bodice. Okay, so guys, in order to do this, okay, I already have a paper, a brown paper under my front bodice. Okay, and in that paper I've already marked 1.5 inches. That 1.5 inch will stand for our zipper allowance. Okay, so this is, I've already marked it, but although I'll still show you. Okay, so that's, I just want to show you what it entails. Okay, so this is it. Now I will now use my marker and mark it so that the line will show very well. Okay guys, I'm just trying to make the video to be short, you know, it's already long. So that is it. I've marked it. That's 1.5. This is 1.5 inches. Okay, so the next thing that I will do now is to take this my front pattern and place behind it. Understand? After the line of my 1.5, I will now put that paper in front of it. So guys, I will advise you to pin it. Understand? Pin it. Okay, I've pinned my, as you can see, I've pinned it. So that is it. Okay, that's my 1.5. Okay, it's pinned. It's pinned. I pinned the both together. Okay, so I will now use my tracing wheel. This tracing will enable you to trace things and it will appear on the other paper. Okay, so there's some necessary things that I'll be picking from here, which I will show you and also tell you. Okay, that hemline, even the bust that, even the 1 inch I added at the hip line will not show. Okay, I will not be adding it to the back pattern. So right now guys, what I'll add is only my hip line. That hip line is necessary. So right now I'll get it, I'm tracing only my hip line because at the back we don't have the bust at the back, so I'm not putting anything bust. Anything bust will not be there. So the next thing I will also trace is my waistline. I'm tracing our waistline now. Okay, perfect. So the next I'll trace again is my chest line, so no bust line. Okay, so this is it. That's my chest line. I'm tracing it now. So these three things are the major things you trace out. Okay, so, and also your shoulder line. Okay, but before that I'll also trace my allowance. Okay, it's necessary that you do so too. You leave your initial line and trace your allowance line. Okay, so that you don't need to add allowance at the back after tracing. So that is it. Okay, so I will now still add my armhole line. It's necessary. Okay, perfect. So the next thing I'll do is also to trace our shoulder. You see, it's quite easy. But if you have a marker, you can also use a marker to do this. But will it appear at the paper below? Or you can also retrace on another paper. So I've removed my pin. Okay, so I will take out the front and use my marker and draw those things. I'm the only one saying it because it's tiny. The work of that tracing wheel is to duplicate a pattern for you. You can also use it on your fabric, though it will not really show. There is a particular tracing wheel for fabric. Okay, so right now I'll draw it again. Okay, so guys, this is it. So this is what we'll be having for our back pattern. So right now I'll be adding our dots. Okay, I'll add our dots. You still do the half inch at both sides. Okay, perfect. So right now we'll now come up by 1 inch. Understand? You know, while stitching it to not get to the hem. So you still go to the chest line and come down by 1 inch. Although some people can still stitch to that chest line, but I prefer to just give it 1 inch. So it all depends on the one you want to try on. Okay, so remember I removed the bust. That is the only thing different on this back bodice, so it's not there again. So don't be surprised that it's looking quite different from your front pattern. Okay, so let's continue. Yes, you now use your ruler and connect those points together to get your diamond dart for your back. It is called diamond kind of darts. Okay, so you connect it. I'm trying to get my measurement right, understand? So it's good you remeasure to be accurate, understand? Good. So I'll still connect it back to the other end. Then I'll take another measurement to make sure that it's at the 4 inches that we have for our dart, so that the line will be straight. Okay, good. So I'll now connect that half inch at both sides to the other end. See how easy it is? Very, very easy. Good. So I'll still connect it. Good. So guys, that is our dart for our back. Okay, so we'll now be getting our neck block. So remember our front was 3. So your width should also be 3 for back so that it can align at the shoulder while sewing. Okay. So at the length, I'll use a 1 inch down. So I will still connect it to form a block. That will be our neck block. Okay. Neck block is necessary as a learner. It will always direct you on how to place your French curve to get your neckline perfectly. So here is the block. So the back I use 3 by 1, 3 inches for width and 1 inch for the length. So here is my French curve. I'll still give it a curve. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing we'll be doing again is to come down by 1.5. You remember in the front I use 1.25 for my shoulder slant, but right here I'm going to use 1.5. Okay, so you can see it's 1.5 that I use. Okay, so I'll still use my ruler and connect it back to my neck block. It's just like what we did at the front. Okay, but just that there's a little different, which I'm trying to let you know. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing we'll do is to find the mid armhole. Understand? It will be different, a little bit different from the what we have in the front. Okay, so this is it. I'll get it and mark it. Okay, when I mark it, another thing you need to know is that the back armhole is quite different. The way we draw the back of the armhole of the front is quite different from the armhole of the back. So see the way I'm doing it now. So I'll still connect it. You know, the other one we came in by 1 inch. Okay, we connected it from there, but this one we are connected it this way. Okay, so this is the way the back armhole comes. So you can see how perfect it is. The next thing we'll do again is to remove bulge at the back. You know, most people when they make dress, you see bulge at the back of their dress. Okay, it's not always nice. So the only thing you can do, the quite simple one, that's the one I'm showing you right now, is to go in by half inch at that 1.5 for your zipper. Okay, you see, it's so simple. So the next, you use ruler and take it from one end to the other end. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now, and I'll advise you to please pay attention to this. Okay, you see the way I place my ruler. Okay, just see the way I'm doing it. Okay, this is it. I've done that. So another thing, I'll take that same ruler and still connect it to the shoulder line. Okay, you see the way I'm doing it. Okay, so that is it. We've eliminated bulge. Understand? Eliminated bulge. You can see what is meaning there at that waist side is 1 inch, and what I removed is ½ inch. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing again is to add allowance. Okay, so guys, next thing we'll be doing now is to add allowance at the required place. We'll add at our armhole. Okay, we're going to add 0.5 at our armhole, then our neckline too. Okay, right now I'm trying to add the allowance at our neckline. Okay, so after our neckline, I'll add to our shoulder slants. Okay, then the next one I'll do is to add to our hem. Okay guys, so guys, that is it. Okay, so right now I'm trying to trace it perfectly with my tools. Okay, so that is it guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. Remember, this is my first YouTube video. Okay, so guys, I'll be bringing a lot of things on this channel. Believe me, a whole lot of things. Okay, and I believe that by the special grace of God that I will do better than I have done now. Okay, I'll do better than I've done now. So subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that is it. Right now I'm trying to trace it perfectly so that we can round up. Okay, if you have any question, drop it at the comment section. I will answer you. Okay, you can also join our Facebook community. So that is it. I'll be taking off the bulge at the back, the 0.5 remove at the back. So I'll take it off. Okay, that is it. So our Facebook community is So with Donabry. Okay, you can join us too. You get a lot of information from there too. Okay, so that is it. Perfect. I've taken it off. Okay, at least it's having that slant shape that the back has. Okay, so that is it. Remember, we've not added our 0.5 at the hem, so we'll be doing it soon. Okay, so that is it. I've done that. So right now I'm trying to separate the pattern to slash it off so that we can have only the bodies at the center. Okay, that is it. So I'm trying to take off the front too. I just want to show you a little, at least, of how to remove your pattern from your main paper. You just cut according to the line. Okay, you see, just follow your line. You get everything perfect. Fine. So that is it, guys. Okay, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Give me support. I will always post correct things, as in very beautiful things on this channel. I will show you how I achieve them too. Okay, so that's our front pattern and our back pattern. It's easy, right? Okay, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'm trying to show you that everything aligned. Okay, how it is, everything is the way it should be. Okay, so thank you, guys. Bye.